I mean, there was big numbers at the start of the game, and a lot of people stuck around tonight, and that's helpful for our guys. It's not easy when there's a delay, and you go back into the locker room and you see is searching for some energy, and yeah, our fans gave us a boost tonight, which was important. Yeah, it's another win for us at home, and we'll take it. It's St. Louis is hard to break down, and they're tough to play against. They're gonna win one of these games, right? We didn't want it to be us, but they've been on a tough stretch, and these games are not easy for us to find a way. And I'm proud of the way the guys battled and stayed organized, and also played with some intensity and pushed the tempo in moments. So yeah, big win for us. I think the shutout's important. It's a big emphasis of ours this year, and we're on track to concede maybe a number that starts with a 4 in the 40s, not 60. So this is a big team effort, to recovery runs, to structural things, to the guys up the pitch. We like the shutout. Nico Hansen, it's his second one. It's our 5th overall in 15 games. I think it's noteworthy. But yeah, I'd say that I'm really proud of Sam Bassett and Kudi Pietro, how they stepped on the debut starts and trying to pick up with the speed of things, which is never so easy. So there's a lot of good things. And maybe lastly, mental health awareness on the night. I love that our club, the whole organization supports this cause, and I certainly do. So some folks at our club were handing out, Taylor Gregorio, and I think it was Britt handing out cards this week to the guys, and things like "You're not alone, you are loved, be kind to yourself." These things are important when in the big picture, is to stop and take notice of how important this is. I love that our club gets behind it. And a shout out to Keegan Rosenberry and his wife Saint. They had a baby boy, Booker, and it's got the win for those guys.
Hi, Coach. Keith Richardson, MBS Media. It's another big game for the team. A lot of times, after a big win like last week against teams in the rivalry match against Salt Lake, teams have a tendency to exhale. But the team, even missing a few guys, were able to step up and get the win tonight. What can you say about the team's resiliency over these last couple of matches to keep things on track?
Yeah, look, we talked about momentum coming out of that Salt Lake game. We wanted to, build on it and ride the momentum a little bit, and really just try to take steps forward. We have a way, we have a reference point. Our style of play, our principles of play. That's what we always fall back on. And yeah, we knew that tonight, even in Salt Lake, that organization and structure is key for us. When we have the ball, we have to have certain structures. And we knew we were trying to play with some width and attacking the red zone with Georgie and Sam Bassett. And this was going to be important, even defensively, as they try to open up the pitch and they spread the field, lots of rotations that are organization and structure. And we've been trying to build on this on both sides of the ball and never, ever lose the intensity and energy we want to play with. And we saw the counter-pressing tonight, the energy to pin them in, to create the second attack, we thought was really good. So yeah, for us, it's about a process, building on game to game, and I thought in many ways we did that. And I love that the boys get validated with a win, because that's ultimately what they want and what we all want. So yeah, it's try to keep building, putting these performances and victories together.
Matt Pollard, Burgundy Wave. Chris, thanks for the time. You are enough. Chris, we learned the last couple weeks about an acronym you've come up for the team. The draft that I have isn't loading. Relentless, appreciation, passion, integrity, etc. Tell me about how that came about and how you've applied that with the first team and in the greater club ethos.
Yeah, it's really cool. Molly Underly, she had made T-shirts of the acronym, but it's not something we're talking about every day. That's on a little sticker on some T-shirts. But it when you look at the words that we use, the relentless, and even a word like appreciation, the S in Rapids, service. We talk about being givers around here, not takers. Instead of intensity, it's integrity. We really want to. We talk a lot about good people and this is the people who work for our club, and all the way through. So becomes our culture. So from the very first day, we talked with Porig and upper management and said, listen, what do we think about this? And it's kind of in the background a lot of times that's a non-negotiable for us, being a good guy around here and a good gal for the gals that work at the club. But this is just something that we came up with, and we don't talk about it. We try to live it every day.
Brain Nurse would never post, like you said. Nico with his second clean sheet in 3 starts, just given his relative lack of experience at this level, he gets his first real test on that breakaway tonight, deals with it well. Just what have you made of him over these past few games?
Yeah, I love when sometimes the guys sit up here and they regurgitate what I say nonstop. And a couple of guys have been up here and they say, you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And he's a good case of that, where for a few months in a row, and we were talking as a staff, saying, like, Nico, another good day. Nico, really solid, hard to be scored on. What a great attitude, staying after. And this is part of the culture. We have guys like this that he steps into the year not knowing, will he play at all? When does on paper, the third string guy, right? It's always competition, but he's got a good process. He's got Adam and Zach pushing each other. Iron sharpens iron. Sharpie relentless with these guys. What a goalkeeper union, they call it. So it's great to see a guy step in. I mean, the breakaway was a great save. His distribution, he's very decisive with distribution. He's got he can challenge with long balls, and I'm just really happy that I root for all these guys, and it hurts when guys don't play, right? But I root for these guys, and for him and his family, what they must feel after nights like this. It's so much of why I love doing what I do.
Hello, Coach Armas. Sarah Fattori from the Pigcast. My question is about the rain delays. Obviously, we're not a stranger to rain delays here. What is your strategy in the locker room to keep the team ready to go after those breaks?
Yeah, we don't have many reps at this one, Sarah. We don't have a lot of time. This is the second time, I think. One was with Salt Lake last year in the Derby match. But we come inside. We try to make sure the communication is right from how long do we have till warm up? What's the rhythm? Please keep us updated. That's part of the rhythm. Let the players know exactly what's going on right away. Making sure there's certain foods for the guys, because you don't know how long they got to refuel a little bit. Because imagine they have their pregame meal, 3.5 hours before, and then you got to think like this. And then as a coaching staff, I mean, we only had 6.5 minutes to watch, but I watched that first 6.5 minutes a bunch of times, and just say, okay, like, what am I? They might change some things, but based on this, just got a couple of ideas. Calmly, just look at some film, and then show the guys a couple of clips. And then it's about we say ramp it up around here. We try to re-ramp this thing up and just get them ready. So yeah, it's behind the scenes. It's some moving parts, but everyone's kind of taking a step back before we gotta get going again.
Coach, when Georgie was subbed off, looks like he went straight back to the locker room. Wonder if there was any updates or any injury concerns of him, and how close do you think Zach and Hoffer are back to being on the squad?
Zach was doing some handling at training yesterday, getting going. I think he's going to be training come early next week. Hoffa will be training tomorrow, so I got to get home and get some rest. No, he'll be out there with the guys tomorrow. We'll get a small training group, but he'll be part of it. And Georgie had a little bit of an illness coming into the game, so he battled through. Let me tell you, he dug deep. He gave us every ounce of what he had, and he just had a little, not a cold, but some type of illness like this, where he was a little bit depleted, and he gave everything. So we knew that he was going to try to give everything, and then once he was coming off, just to kind of let him get inside the locker room and get home, quite honestly.
Darren Yapi with his third goal this year, kind of fitting that he gets the winner tonight, given his first goal was against St. Louis last year. Your thoughts on his performance in a difficult situation, and this being a reflection of the growth that we've seen for 2 months and even beyond that?
Yeah, I'm really happy for him. Fans are chanting his name. I don't know if they're saying Yapi hour, what's going on back there, but he's pushed. He's very hungry. He's young. So many of these guys are young. We all should remind ourselves. But I thought in terms of his play tonight, he battled, hold up play, competing for long balls, bringing guys in, really important in our structured defending in the mid block, and even when we high press and go after teams, he's very energetic and smart when he does this. He knows when to go and when not to go. He keeps Georgie tight. Georgie keeps him close. There's a real nice relationship there. I love that he gets the goal because this is what they all love this most. I was a holding midfielder. I didn't score many, but still the best part of the game. So imagine what it means for a striker. I think it was really he keeps showing maturity at a fast pace, but looking like a guy that's been around for a long time, and we'll help him sustain it, and he'll help us keep winning games. But yeah, it was mature, strong performance. And I know that his previous high was 2 goals in a season, and this year he's got 3. So I know he'll remind everybody of this. So
Matthew Wick with the Pitcast. Coach, with the night running so long, your subs did seem to be a bit sparing and late in the game. What were you seeing that dictated kind of spreading those 3 out and only using 3 tonight?
Yeah, listen, we attempt to listen to the voice of the game. You know what I mean? The voice gives us information. And Ku gave a lot. Georgie was depleted. Oliver ran out of steam. We think he can run all day. And then you start thinking, all right, when you make some moves, we bring fresh legs. I thought Connor Ronan helped in a big way. We bring in Calvin Harris, who's a counter threat. So this was always important in the flanks. And even Kevin comes on for Oliver at the end, and now we have a couple of counter threats. We have some fresh legs. But when I talk about that voice of the game, I'd love Alex Harris to get on tonight at striker, but then you're thinking, set pieces. You got Darren Yapi, a big body. Do you bring in a guy that's going to have a couple of and look, St. Louis is pushing numbers at the end, big long balls, and it's always like this. So I typically will use as many as I can, but we as a staff thought those were the moves to make based on. It's not always easy coming into games, right? So to just think it's going to just be like for like, it's not easy to catch up to the speed of things. And Sam Bassett was pushing, so yeah, we'd say that's it. We'll keep making decisions do what we think is right for the right reasons.
Aaron Miss Loma, Mountain Time Sports Report. You guys played in the 4-2-3-1 today with Rafa coming back and Yapi playing very good today. Is there a chance you guys go back to the 4-4-2?
It's a good question. We've won a couple of games now in the 4-2-3-1. So will we go back to it? I'm sure we will at some point. Will we go back to that on Wednesday? Not sure. We'll have to think hard about it. We've repped both formations now this year, and I like when Georgie Mihalovic is in the middle of things. So, yeah, I think we'll have to see, where guys are at, how sharp guys are, what's the fitness levels. But yeah, we like to have some flexibility in how we can do things, and Yapi will make a case for himself that can get up there with Haifa. So we'll have to think about it.
Ted with his first assist and his first time on the score sheet with the Rapids. Just something that stuck out to me, I don't know if you would agree, just the way he plays in tight spaces, the way he makes good decisions, etc. Just what did you make of him tonight, and how much of a bonus, what extra layer does that part of his game give you guys?
Yeah, look, so when we play the 4-2-3-1, even with the 2 in the 4-2-2-2, that line in the 4-2-3-1 with Sam Bassett, Georgie, and Ku tonight, we're trying to get guys that can play in those pockets, that are comfortable in those pockets, and that can pick up balls there and run with it and run it back lines. He's comfortable in the tight spaces, and he can pick up speed. We talk a lot about building speed, into our attacks, and he's comfortable. I mean, this is some of his first minutes, really, but we wanted to see what it looked like from the start. He had some good moments. Even on the goal, he cuts inside, delivers a good ball. And I was really impressed. It's not easy what we asked from them defensively. Some of the pressing moments when he's, when you're jumping, when dealing with some overloads out wide. I thought he met the demands of a tough game. So I think it's just getting started for him in all ways, tactically and physically. He's really putting a lot into things, and therefore he earned the start. And I think he had a strong performance.
Yeah, happy with the team's performance today defensively, keeping another clean sheet, and happy to put my name in the score sheet again this year. New like MLS high for me, so just a proud moment for me, and just happy to get the 3 points.
Matt Pollard from Burgundy Wave. Darren, you are enough. What's working right now for you? You've gotten to the team since the San Diego game. Things are going well regardless of whether you have Hoffa or not. What are you doing well? What's the rest of the team doing well around you to help you both in between the boxes and then put the ball in the back of the net?
I mean, I just think for me, just going back to the basics and just doing what I know. Also, like with the coaching as well, like just playing with intensity and just doing the little things. The little details will help with the bigger things, just like scoring goals. So the guys around me help me do it, and I do it, and that's what helps.
So the Denver Post, is there just something about playing St. Louis here? Just take me through that goal and what you're thinking when the service came from Ted and when that touch landed in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just came down to just instinct. Like once I got the touch off, I mean, I'm in the box and I just had one thing in mind, which was to shoot as a 9. So I shot it and it just went in. So I was happy.
Hey, Darren, Keith Richards, Team MBS Media. Your third goal, which is an MLS high, as you mentioned. What do you think is the next step for you as far as moving forward in your position with the team? And is there anything you think you can particularly be doing better?
I mean, yeah, there's still a lot of things I need to improve. I'm still 20, but yeah. Again, just happy moment. Happy to get the 3 points, and yeah, I mean, everything's falling in for me right now, but it's still only early in the season. I have to keep going. So,
what's been the biggest difference for you with Hoffa out these past couple of weeks, and it's been just you up top in the 4-2-3-1?
I think just knowing that Hoffa, he's such a key piece for us, and he's such a lethal goal scorer. Just knowing that I have to step up, I know it's like kind of bad, maybe a little worse to put pressure on myself, but at the end of the day, it's the truth, and when he's out, I have to step up and perform for the team, and yeah, it's just the next man up mentality. So.
Matthew Wick with the Pitcast. Darren, you've always been able to body people in the box, but especially tonight it seemed you're a lot more comfortable with the ball at your feet and can finesse the space in the box. Have you just grown into that aspect of your game?
Yeah, I mean, again, like in training, like I tried my best to just work on all aspects of the game and try to make myself as complete as possible. So just doing just everything from physical and non-physical with the ball as much as I can, just to get the defenders just to think about something, I think is important. So it's something that I just want to keep working on, and I think I'm getting better at little by little. So.
Darren, it was the first MLS start for Sam Bassett and then Ted Cuti-Pietro. What have you seen from them, and any advice for Sam, who's continuing to try to break into the first team as maybe you were a year and a half ago?
Yeah, Sam did great. I'm happy for him. Obviously I played with him since academy, so just to see us playing in this stage is just it's just a big moment for both of us. Like I said, just playing in academy and growing up, seeing his ups and his downs, but him finally being here, it's a proud moment for him, his family, and his older brother too. So yeah, and for Ku, first day he got here, we were both out with shoulder injuries and working on the side. But yeah, I mean, just from day one, I just felt like a click with him. So for him to get the assist, on his first start with me as well was just like huge as well, because I just felt that first click when he first got here when we were both injured, and we saw it today.
You guys link up a lot in training on those kinds of plays?
Yeah, we do.
We'll end there. For media interested, we'll go ahead and have Nick Sodier go for Nico's answer.
Thank you.
Thanks, Darren.